We are sorry for the late start of the hangout. The problem was technical, and they could not connect me to the hangout. But anyway, and I know that this is a demonic interference, because whenever you try to do something good to the world, then there will be interference from demonic forces. It's not just that some people say, I don't believe in the evil. Whether you believe in the evil or not, evil does exist. That's the truth. But anyway, I'm here, and I must tell you, this is the most important day in my life, because not because I'm doing this hangout, although that's equally an important day, but because this is the day that I decided to do my groundwork for starting an astrological university, and that is going to give people an understanding of how they create fortune or misfortune in their life, but also how you can correct whenever certain things are going in your life. For instance, if relationship is not working, or money is not coming in, or rather you have bad health, all this can be traced to the planet. This is not superstition. This is going to be proved. That's why the Supreme Court of India approved it, and then the University Grants Commission approved it, and then I'm going to prove that it's the reason why I have incarnated. And why did this happen now? I've always wanted to do that, but today is the most important day. Why? It happens to be the Mahalaya day, very, very special time. And this time will not be repeated for another, let's say here, 60 years. And I asked the head of the research department here in AstroVed to do some research and then give me why this particular event for the 14 days is going to be exemplary. It's because if you want the same time to come again, you have to wait for 60 years. So whatever problem that you want to fix, whether it is relationship, money, or health, any other problem, you can fix during this time, because during this time, the planets are in positions that will not happen for another 60 years. The sun is in exaltation. On the 14th of September, the moon will join exaltation because it's a volatile planet. And then Mars is in his own place. Virgo, the planet is exalted there, is Mercury. And Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, and Saturn is exalted in Libra. And this combination is a time frame that there is a lot of good that can be done to the world. That's why I'm very excited to announce this. And I'm going to post this particular research that this head of my research has put together, so that you can look at how favorable are these few days, actually 14 days or 15 days period, is going to be in the lives of people. And this particular combination, Grahamalika, the combination of the planets in exalted places and then in their own house, is also the time for the birth of the avatar. When God incarnates, he incarnates in such a time, just like Krishna incarnated in one of these times. When if you look at Krishna's chart, you see this combination taking place. Why Krishna? Who is also the incarnation of Vishnu, because Vishnu is the God of the souls of your ancestors, including your soul. So you have to pass through this galaxy called Piturloka. And then the galaxy is ruled by Vishnu. And Vishnu is the one God who is responsible for making your ancestors to evolve and then get rid of their sins. And that is important to you, as I have mentioned in my last presentation, that your life is not in your hands. However hard you may work, it's not in your hands. In whose hands? It's in the hands of a couple of things: the planets, and then the ancestors. And the most important thing about this particular period of time is that the planets are favorable, and then the Piturs, the Lord of the Piturs, Mahavishnu, is also favorable because he is incarnating at this time. Because ultimately he is the one who is going to bless the ancestors. And how is he going to bless the ancestors? Because it is his duty to do that. That is his job. His job is to take care of these ancestors. And you are connected to the ancestors by your soul. Your soul and your ancestors' soul, they belong to the same family. So whatever you think is controlled by your ancestors through what is called soul genetics. So I mentioned in the last presentation that you don't only inherit biological genes, but also spiritual or soul genes. So the gene connection is still there. So whatever you do or to fix your ancestor's soul is going to fix you also, because you are not only thinking your thoughts, but also the ancestors are thinking through you. So this is a great science. And how do you know it works? It is only through personal experience. You will tremendously be relieved psychologically, biologically, socially by participating in this ritual. And it may appear to be superstition for people who always want to go by the materialistic model based on rationality. But then I tell you that from my own experience and from the experience of the yogis and rishis, the only effective way is to do this ritual called Tarpanam during this time. So the days are very, very important. And if you miss this, you have to wait for another year, but even in the next year, this combination is not going to take place for another 60 years. So during these 60 years, you can give an opportunity for your ancestors. As I said in the last presentation, it is also good for the pet animals that some of them died to help you. Okay, I know certain cases where the pet animals died, otherwise you would have died. Okay? Because we do not, most people don't understand that. That is the truth, especially birds. You know, if you have birds as birds, they sacrifice for you. And what after all is Jesus? Jesus sacrificed for the human race so that they can move fast in their evolutionary scale. So this time of the year, the 15 days of time are the most important time for you to cleanse your consciousness, cleanse your soul, cleanse your body. And a lot of things will happen during this time, since we are not aware of other things other than what is visible, what are visible to our senses. We don't have access to that. But then when you do these practices yourself or through a priest, this offering, feeding the ancestors, you can make a difference in all areas of your life. The research is substantial. I'm very, very pleased with this head of research. Her name is Shanti. She has demonstrated excellence. And then she has put together a small write-up that I'm going to post it on the website so that everybody can look at it. There are dates that are important. Okay, she says that the 13th September is a very important date because it is that there's a star called Bharani. And this Bharani star is a very important star that can help you to remove problems and also please the ancestors. So she gives the reason why. And then she also mentions 14th September, the moon becomes exalted. So the moon is a volatile planet and is there only for 2.5 days. So that also happens during this time. That is again very, very significant because the moon keeps on moving very quickly. And then he is exalted only once a month in Taurus, and that happens on the 14th, and that clears your consciousness. So you may want to do the Tarpanam or the feeding the ritual, and then I recommend that you do what is called Mahatarpanam. Mahatarpanam means the great feeding or the great sacrifice that you will do to propitiate the ancestors. The difference between a group tarpanam or individual tarpanam and Mahatarpanam, which is the great tarpanam, is that it is done over a period of 10 days. So they follow through the rituals. That's why it involves 10 days of work for the priest. But that is very involved, and so I recommend that you do a Mahatarpanam if you can afford to do that on the 14th. Then there is the 15th and the 16th, 6 planets. Moon moves into Gemini, thus creating a 6th planet Grahamalika. Thus, all 8 planets except Ketu participates in this phenomenon. So that is the 15th and the 16th. So I recommend Mahatarpana on these days because this science is not but only applicable for India. It is applicable for everyone. The Chinese figured it out independently. The Japanese figured out independently of dealing with the ancestor spirit, because the ancestor spirit is also your spirit. You are connected by the soul, and that really governs everything. So this is a spiritual science or the spirit science that can help a lot besides astrology, where the planets are involved. So that's, so as I said, the planets are doing certain things. That is astrology. Okay. Then this is about the ancestors. The ancestors are controlling your destiny. The planets are controlling your destiny, and the ancestors are controlling your destiny. And both of them simultaneously happen now. So that's why taking advantage of this time is really a prudent thing that everyone should do it. Okay. Now, I want to say a few words about how this is done. This is done by a lot of priests, but not most priests are knowledgeable. I have a priest who heads this operation in Kerala, a man who is selfless and who thinks that God created him just to help people to do that. So he makes sure that everything is done perfectly, and he is not polluted by money or fame. He doesn't have ego. looks at it as an opportunity to help people. I have never seen too many people like that. I can even count. That is in the single digits only. So I'm very happy that so he came to me, and then he's in charge, and everything is done properly. And what is being done? So that's, you may want to know. It's done in a sacred spot dedicated to Vishnu, because Vishnu is in charge of the ancestors and their liberation, and through their liberation, your liberation too. And this is done in a sacred spot, sacred for Vishnu, on a river front, and that's very important. And some of the ingredients used for this ritual are black sesame seeds. And these black sesame seeds came out of the body of Vishnu. And sesame seeds have tremendous amount of power to remove karma. It came out of the body of Vishnu. And then there is this plant Tulsi. Tulsi plant is sacred for Vishnu also. It is the plant came out of Brinda, a woman who is considered an incarnation also of Lakshmi sometimes. So we use sesame seeds, we use the Tulsi plant, and then sandalwood. Sandalwood is again is a tree. That the sandalwood tree came from the heavens. And who became the trees? The angels became the sandalwood trees. So they use primarily this sesame seed, Tulsi leaves, and sandalwood, along with water and rice. And these are all being offered to the ancestors. And the ancestors are accessed through the Darba grass, a particular grass that is capable of bringing the ancestors into the world and into the place where the offerings are given to them. So this is the technology, and so I want you to participate in it and then get rid of the problem, whatever problems you have. In the last session where I was not able to be on the television and I joined you on the phone, I mentioned that you may have specific problem in your life, and then write it down and then say, I want to do an individual offering, or you can say, I want to do a Mahatarpanam, which is the great offering for 10 days, and then send it to them. Then they will take care of this ritual for you. So I'm very happy that now it is educational for me too, to know, after the research was given to me, that about this exaltation of these great planets like Saturn and Mars and Saturn and Jupiter and Sun. Saturn, Jupiter, and Sun are exalted. Can you believe that power of the time is so incredible? So I'm in the process of presenting this to the scientific community in terms of frequencies and wavelengths of these planets, and what these wavelengths mean to science, mean to in understanding intelligence. So the study of the planets is indeed the study of frequencies and wavelengths of light. And light is consciousness. So I don't want to go into that because that's currently the research I'm involved in doing so that I can present to the scientific community the basis of the study of planets, the basis for the study of time. That's why I called astrology as timeology. So you can understand if you have any problem for that matter, can be handled successfully through the science of astrology. So that's why it's a life science, and everyone should learn it. And it is my own desire, and I will champion the cause to introduce astrology in schools, so that you will be able to know that even hourly changes do matter, because every hour is ruled by a planet's frequency of and its wavelength. So what I have decided, although I created AstroVed, and in the beginning stages I got involved, but now I have stayed away because I was doing other things. Now I decided that I'm going to have regular hangouts on astrological themes, particularly from the point of view of science, just to prove how accurate the science is. I'm very happy that the planets enabled me. God, who presides over the planets, enabled me to make this presentation to you. We need to put an end to diseases, suffering of humanity, and that can be done through the study of astrology and the removal of karma. God bless. And that's all I wanted to share with you during this hangout. Just remember this time, and also additional information is available in the print form from this research director, and which I'm going to post in the AstroVed website. So look for it, and then the most important thing is just go and look for the dates. The dates are the most important dates here given are the 13th, 14th, and the 15th, and the 16th. Although you may start doing from now, because it is the 9th through another. It started on the 9th for another 15 days. So so make use of this opportunity. Thank you. God bless.